Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Assetto Corsa Competizione, and more specifically, Low Fuel Motorsport, a platform where we'll be doing a mini documentary on going from the beginner ranks all the way up to the top here. Now, Low Fuel Motorsport is a platform as offering multiple daily races that you can join into of all various lengths and with different cars. And we're going to try to make it to the top here. Now, there's two concepts as I explained before we actually end up going into the video. The first one is the safety rating, and that basically is measured by calculating your overall safety on tracker. So it's going to count how many incidents you've been in per corner, and by that it will give you a rating that will go up or down depending on how clean your race. And the higher your safety rating is, cleaner racers you'll be driving against as well. Then we've got the ELO system, which is basically a system that works based on skill level. So the faster you are, the higher you finish up in the race, the higher your ELO goes. You can make your way all the way to the top, which is exactly what we're going to be doing here today. We've got our first race in already, which was the first race where we actually were gaining ELO. And that is going to be around Autodrome Enzo Edino Ferrari Imola in Italy. Now I'm going to guide you guys through the highlights as well. And then towards the end, I will also tell you guys how the safety rating and the ELO rating has progressed over time. Let's have a look at the highlights then, starting at Autodrome Enzo Edino Ferrari at Imola here. In the start, we decide to just ensure that we are able to fall all the way back, just to ensure that we are able to get out of the turn 1 chaos. You can already see cars colliding and going just about everywhere here, but the main importance today is getting as little safety warnings as possible here. So as little incident points that we can gather will help us forward as well. Ensuring that we are driving with cleaner drivers will make it easier in the long race here. So we are able to make our way through nicely here, going up to Amarella Villeneuve. No problems in the rest of the first lap here. Dive down the inside already by Jimenez, and he makes his way past nicely. Now it's Bruno behind in the all-black BMW M4 GT3. Trying to hold on to the train here. That Lamborghini seems to be very, very fast out there. Might notice as well that the HUD doesn't update immediately, but so be it here. It is he's here aboard with that is us, of course. And already you can see that Bruno definitely is looking to get by here, just waiting for an opportunity to come here. And very aggressive on those corner entries as well here. So we're able to keep him behind us for at least a little bit longer now. But as the chicane's coming up here, it will be another opportunity to get by as well. He's taking a lot of curbs as well onto the corner, which just shows that he really, really wants to get by. But for now, he hasn't managed to do so now. So we're able to just stay by into the faster lanes here. So we're getting into Rivazza corner now. Still ahead for the time being, exiting the last corner of the circuit, turn 18 that is. And then the turn 19 coming up as well. It's just a tight little kink over towards the right side here. So nothing major here. But you can already see that the BMW is getting closer and closer now. Obviously using that slipstream as well to try and get by here. Going to send it for a move down the inside coming up here. We try and defend, but we also leave him the space. There's a second player coming around. We weren't ready for that one. Immediately you could just see how big the pace difference there was here, but well, just a tiny little shunt here. Both drivers able to continue at least. The left and right hander we go then. Already passed as we look over towards the highlight a little bit later into the race here. Currently using the onboard camera just to give you a perception of how fast things are really going. Making our way through the corners nicely. We seem to be catching the driver ahead of us. He's going very wide, maximizing our exit speed as well, using every single centimeter of the track that we have been given here. There you can see a driver behind us now as we overtake a driver that has crashed out. I believe that is Wagner. That is falling back all the way after spinning on its own. It's just how harsh this game can be sometimes as well. We make our way past nicely as we are now trying to catch the rest of the group. tricky set of corners coming up here. You want to make sure that you brake the car enough here, because going too wide on that AstroTurf will really mess up your exit there. You really can't accelerate. A little bit later in the race, it is once again Wagner to catch up to us here. So he is a little bit quicker in terms of lap time here, as the McLaren ahead of us has made a small mistake and has to cut all the way across, losing quite a few positions ahead of us as well. So he's lower on pace now, and we might be able to catch him as long as we keep going as well. Now, I haven't mentioned this before, but Team 4 Leaf Clover is a team consisting of Jan-Matthijs and his brother as well, both joining us on this Assetto Corsa Competizione LFM adventure, going from the lowest rank all the way to the higher ranks with the fastest drivers out there that this platform's got to cover as well. I should also probably mention here that the cars that we are using have a balance of power, that meaning that the drivers that have faster cars will also be nerfed a little bit to ensure for a more equal playing field. It is the Ferrari now going very aggressive here on the brake, and he's able to get the car slowed in time as well, but he's getting closer and closer now. Unfortunately not able to make the move just yet out of Tamburello, so we try and defend as hard as we can here, but he seems to be very, very rapid out there. But obviously he's made mistakes before, so when you push this hard, we're prone to mistakes, as we see as well that one of the drivers ahead of us has gone off, so that's another position gained. Now in the rear view cam you can just see us making our way through, as there's the dive from the driver that was behind us initially here, and we thought that we touched him. However, that wasn't quite the case, so we continue here without gaining any incident points, which looked a little bit weird perhaps. From our PV, definitely looked like there was some kind of contact, but according to the game there wasn't. Now it is the McLaren behind us now, Van Tonder, that has caught up to us here. We are currently set in P19. However, if we're not able to escape from the McLaren behind, it could turn into P20 real fast here. Already you can see how aggressive they are on the driving line and on that braking, and as we make a mistake, it will be Matthijs falling off a little bit more as well here. So it's going to be P20 from now on as we make our way once again through the straight. Using that slipstream to the max, however, not really getting close enough, I'm afraid. Trying our best to make our way through, but unfortunately we're going to have to concede, as there's no way that we're gaining that position back through Variante Tamburello. Wagner once again has caught up to us a couple laps later as well. He's now made his way into P20, which was the position we were initially in. However, we have overtaken one enemy one, most likely due to a disconnect. So it will be up to us to try and defend here, but Wagner is already pushing, and that has caused us to make a mistake. You're looking too much in the mirror and missing the braking line will allow him to get by as well, and that means we are now down to P20 once again as we make our way up to Tosa and Piratella. But yeah, there's just no way we're going to get past for now, so we're going to have to try again later, as the Ferrari just seems to be quicker on the lap times. Slowly but surely losing out now, and now you can see the HUD update as well. So small mistakes made there on the exit. We are able to keep the car going in the right direction, however that was very close. We've lost quite a bit of speed as a result as well, which means that we are now stuck definitely way further behind Wagner here. Now on the inside cam here, just making our way through here and making our way through Rivazza one more time here, as Wagner has opened up that gap just a little bit more now. Gap now being roughly 3 seconds away. Just making our way through the straights as well, folks, and getting our head down. Mainly worried about the safety rating. The ELO will always come later. Just a matter of keeping the car in the right place at the right time for now. Driver driving slowly then, and drivers ahead of us almost going side by side. And if they're fighting each other, that could allow for us to catch up. But as we make a mistake, we can say, well, that's most definitely not going to happen anytime soon. We have to wait as well. for the other drivers to pass. We were able to join safely here, so that's going to put us all the way towards the back, I'm afraid. That's tough, but that's what happens sometimes, right? If you're racing, a small mistake could always be the end of it, which is also part of why it is so magical to watch the races. And now, getting a little bit later onto the race, you can see a lot of drivers have disconnected as well. So there's now only 19 drivers remaining officially here, but also getting towards the end rather quickly now. So the disconnects coming in, meaning it's not entirely our accurate position anymore, as we are currently in what might just be the last lap of the race here. Catching up to the driver ahead at least. There's a big gap still to be made. However, he seems to be struggling. Ciuda driving way slower, but are we going to make the move then? Coming into the last couple corners here, it's going to be close. However, I don't think we're going to be able to do it. That gap is just simply too big, and we end up finishing the race relatively cleanly, I should say. But in the end, we're not able to overtake for that last position. And that's it then, ladies and gentlemen. We finish P21 in the end here. So our first race, we have gained or lost quite a bit of elo. We're about to find out. There's the position chart will show us that we have lost a couple positions, but still managed to be quite competitive overall. Now, we end up getting minus 64 in our first race with elo enabled, but our safety rating has improved by quite a bit here. We've got some incident points, but it's only 7 here. So our elo rating has dropped to 1,067 for now, but I will assure you it's only up here from now on. And our safety rating, being a nice 2.31, is also getting up there again. So we are climbing, and we'll ensure that is only going to be up there from now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys into the next one.